You know, all my life, when I was young, I was labeled a Skollie because when I was 14 years old, I got my first lashes, you know, for a criminal deed. And so that went on my record. So, you know, when I was born, everybody was poor. Being poor was normal. I was born in apartheid years, and for me that was also normal, because that's the only thing I knew. You know, because my parents knew every rule and regulation. But because of my love for reading, you know, it opened my mind. But this is not normal, you know. And that's where the conflict started, you know, the rites of passage, when young men looking for adventure. So because we had no idols, you know, we had no heroes. Our idols were these old street fighters who would slug it out on the streets of our town, you know, blood everywhere and stuff like that. So many of us wanted to be like that. You know, we aspired to be like that. So most of us rose above that childhood fantasies, you see. But for others it became the rites of passage. Because there were a lot of gangs in our area where I grew up. It was a place of boots and buckles. You know, there was no guns with knives. People fight with knives and stuff like that. So always other gangsters tried to pull us into their gang, but we didn't want to be a gang. You know, we were a group of kids, we grew up together. So older we got, we still hang out at the same place. You know, even if somebody goes to work, he comes home, he still could come, they can stand at that same place, you know. And most of the films come from, I mean, most of the gang names come from films, you know that? You know, so we went to watch the young ones with Club Richard way back then. You know, coming from the cinema, coming down the street, singing the young ones and stuff like that. And 2 days later, somebody painted on the wall the young ones. So now it's not like John's doing something wrong. It's always a group, it's the young ones, you know. So now we attracted attention from the other gangs, and they came, they beat us up and stuff like that. So we signed the pact. Right? We're going to stand together as a family. But once you're in. And there's no way out. And if you get caught, you take the rap. You know, like Afrikaans say, man vang, man staan. Whatever happens, you take the rap for that. The first time I went into Portsmouth prison, right? I was 17, I got stripped of my clothes. I got the short pants, bare feet, flimsy shirt, threadbare jacket, jersey, and stuff like that. The pants was too big. No underwear. So I had to keep the pants up, and I had my katkop. The katkop is the half of bread with jam on in my hand, and I had a serious cold. My nose was running, no handkerchief. So I had to use this hand with the bread to wipe my nose, you know, and it was it was in the winter. It was a Saturday afternoon, I'll never forget that. And it was raining. So we had to moonwalk between the puddles of water too, you know, and this, your escort, when you open the door of the cell, you know, and you reckon to the guys inside 2 Christmas hampers. He just brought 2 Christmas hampers, you know, and you see this convict there. Long time, hard time, you know, long term, like lifers and stuff like that. Now you have to wait by the door, so somebody going to take you off. And immediately, your bad times, your nightmare starts. Night they called us together, me and my friend, and told me that they offered me weed. I said no, thank you. And then he offered me cake, you know, but bread crumbs, like crumb with jam and sugar, and the little lamp, they all make it warm and stuff like that. They cut it. It's called an andalabak. It's a cake. So then he offered me cake. And I said, no, I still got my bread. So my friend, when they offered him, he smoked the weed and he took the cake. And I was watching him, my bro, this is, you in trouble now. And immediately the guy gave him a banky of tobacco, put it in his pocket, and he started reading his palm. And I knew. And then he realized he made a mistake. So now, like they say, we sleep here tonight. Tell me. And I said, but I don't gamble for that club. Dat Afrikaans, you know. Ik doe liever een clubje. And then they beat me, kicked me, like trampled on me, like, get away. So my friend also wanted to get away, but they stopped him. You know, where are you going? You ate my cake. I want payment now. He pleaded, my father can give you anything. Your father's not here. This is not your mother's house. You see, when you're in prison, you decide I'm not coming back to prison. Right? You know what had happened in prison. But when you come on the outside, you just got status among your friends. Right? You go home, bath, other clothes, and you hear the call over and over. The guys whistling, they want you. They want you, they're calling you. Because they want to know what happened in prison. You've got a story to tell. Yeah. So that same night, while we were like chilling, man, a fight broke out on the other alley, and they beat one of our friends, man. So everybody, we had those cats of weapons. But there was this girl sitting on sportsman. I don't know her, but she comes there to her uncle. I've never seen her because I was not gone. And I had the axe, and I was going, and this girl said to me, in Afrikaans, jongetje, jy kom 'n dag uit die tronk uit, wat gaan jy nou weer doen? And without losing a beat, I swerved and I went home. You know, Saturday night, after 2 years, I'm in bed the Saturday night. The twist in the tale there is, I'm married to that girl now for 50 years, that same girl.